Hey, good morning, amazing people. Happy Thursday. We're almost done with the week. Hello, friends. So, welcome to Radical Geek YouTube once again, where we do our mostly daily vlogs, talking about what we're eating on a daily basis during a ketogenic diet, talking about our ups, downs, bunch of nerd stuff because, well, that's what a geek does, and just general life things. Sometimes we talk about ketogenesis and the science surrounding it. We talk about struggles with weight loss, with health management. We talk about fitness. You name it, there's no limit to the conversations we will have. So if you're new, make sure you hit the subscribe button and then the little bell icon that lets you know every time I upload or go live. And that's the YouTube spiel. I often forget to do it, and I just thought, hey, I'm on it this morning. Let's take care of it. So, also, though, I will tell you today is dedicated to the scatterbrained and overcommitted. So, we'll talk a little bit about that later today. In the meantime, this is a good example of A, cleaning up my leftovers because I need the fridge to get straightened up, and B, getting rid of that whole definition of breakfast and lunch and dinner and foods eat. You only eat certain foods at certain times of the day, and we often talk about breakfast for dinner, and I'm like, foods aren't defined by the time of day. Whatever you eat is your fuel. And so today, I am so tired. We'll talk about that later too. Man, I could just go back to bed and stay in there all day, but I am not. I'm at work and I've got like a couple things to get taken care of there. And then I have uh, some paid time off, so I'm going to use that to take care of my uh, volunteer second job, but at least it's fun tasks. And in the meantime, I thought about like those leftovers. I have a recipe that I want to share with you guys, but I just can't make more food when there's food that if we don't eat it, it's going to go to waste. So we're doing that, and also comfort food. So this today, meal one, I have the leftover buffalo chicken filling that we used for the stuffed waffle, and it's delicious. And then I have some of that blue cheese dressing. That's probably more than I can eat. That's way more. I don't know why I took so much. Now, to be fair, the bowls are not that big. It's like this is like a 1 cup dish, and it's half full. And this is just like a little dressing cup anyway. So it looks bigger because it's on a teeny plate, but it's super hearty because the dip had the cream cheese and the cheddar cheese plus the chicken. And so it fills up quick. Plus, I'm eating it in a crazy fashion. I have a bag of the Porking Good pork rinds. It's a pizza flavor. I don't know if that's the best flavor to put with buffalo, but we're going for it. Eating up our leftovers. That's what we're doing. So that will be a very huge meal one. I will also have my coffee, but I didn't think it would taste great with buffalo dip, so I'm going to have that after the fact. I have water with electrolytes in it in my thermoflask so it stays cold. And that is our meal one. All right, I'll be back a little bit later and we will talk about my scatterbrainedness, overcommitment, and all of that fun stuff. Little time management discussion here. So, yes, it gets all out of control for myself, even though I am a very skilled project manager and manage time and all that kind of stuff for other people. Sure, let me have everyone else be efficient, and then all around me, I can just let my own stuff go crazy. Yeah, is that the best practice? Nope. But is that reality? It most certainly is, 100%. So I will see you guys in a little while. So, turns out my eyes were bigger than my stomach. Been there. But you know what? The nice thing is, Oh, pre-keto, I would have eaten all of this because even when I was full, I would have eaten more and more and more just because it was on my plate. There's no reason I can't go put lids on this and have it tomorrow or something. Um, but I have about a quarter of the chicken. You can't see it because the bowl's messy now. About a quarter of the chicken dip left, more than half of the blue cheese, and about half the bag of the pork rinds. So, yeah, got full. And that's a fantastic thing because I can definitely still remember a time when that was not a thing. I would eat and eat and eat and eat until I was burgeoning at the gills, and then I would wait for a few minutes and then have some more. So, and if I felt like it was getting too embarrassing around other people, I would I would stop and I would wait. And then when I was alone in my car or something, you drive through the fast food and then you get some more. That was some massive food addiction. Also, part of it was steroid driven from like the cancer treatments. That's one of those things that they don't tell you about is that on TV, they always portray cancer patients as these emaciated, frail individuals, which really um, makes it harder for real cancer patients because for a lot of cancers, while they're going through your treatments, they are pumping you full of steroids. And now you still used to not be able to eat because you would get very sick, but now they have anti-nausea and they tell you they need you to eat whatever you can eat. And the steroids give you super hungries because they are high dose steroids, and you're not having the nausea because you're taking the anti-nausea on top of it. So you definitely eat way more than you need because even though you have appetite and no nausea, you are still so tired that you don't exercise and all you do is you sleep. Especially at high dose radiation or chemo, you sleep 14, 15 hours and you wake up and you're still tired. And just as you start to feel better, then you have to go in for your next treatment. So a lot of cancer patients gain weight. And then when you are in remission, it is super hard to get that weight off. And they don't tell you about these things. They, like I said, they portray a very different story. But it feeds right hand in hand. If you already had some food issues, uh, this exacerbates it a great deal. And I feel like we just don't talk about it enough. And I think that for cancer patients, I want you to know that you are seen. I've been there, I have lived it, and I am still in remission, thankfully. But in addition to that, I have gotten so freaking healthy by following my ketogenic plan and following all of the medical advice from my doctors, and you can too. So, I wanted to throw that out there. Being able to know that I am full is a huge, tremendous accomplishment. It is empowering. So I hope that if you still struggle with that, keep at it, and the time will come. Persevere, reach out for help when you need it. And I will be back a little bit later. I'm going to go put this away now. I just wanted to drop that in, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about my other topic, the scatterbrainness. See, I'm already scatterbrained because I came and talked to you about being full and cancer instead. I'm all off the rails today. Off the rails. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, everyone. So here is today's task. Share with me what you do to get organized when you have so many things to do that it has kind of developed that snowball effect and gotten a bit disorganized so that you're overwhelmed and then you have difficulties completing anything because you just go like, I need to do this, and then you get distracted and you go this and this and this. I'll tell you where I'm at. I need to make labels. I need to write emails. I need to make these little feet for the bottom of my stand. And as you can see, I have 3. I have one more. So I have 4 and I need 23. Then I have another 15 pipes that need cut to a different length. So that's on my task list. I have, fortunately now I've already done like 3, the PowerPoint, sent them back out for other people to make the changes I am asking for. So I've done that. I've done the finances. Man, I am killing it this morning because it's only 8:30. So I've had food, I'm having my coffee, I'm doing the things. I also need to go and organize. I need to clear everything off of one of these shelves to break it down, and I have a lot of craft supplies. But I need to borrow these shelves for OhioCon, and if I leave it till the last minute, it will be a disaster. So if I can clean and organize it, at least into a stack out of the way, I can tear down that shelf and be in a really good shape. I have one more shelf in the other room that's full of games that have to go to OhioCon, so it's not of consequence to stack them neatly next to it and break down the shelf. That will give me the shelving that I need. Um, the other things that I have to get all my office supplies together. Whew. But I've been doing a lot of stuff, so it's almost there. I'm waiting for my Velcro to apply so that I can finish off the tapestry. Those all need ironing. And what I find happening is that I am like doing things like, oh, I know I had paper clips. So I grabbed the paper clips and I sat down where the central supplies are. Then I'm like, oh, there's the pipes. And then I cut like 2 pipes. And then I'm like, oh, and then I need to do this email. And I do email. And then I check my social media. And then I have pings from other people. And I do that. And then I just have gone off the rails. Plus, I'm still trying to make my sweater, which should have been done. But because I was doing so many other things, I just didn't happen. We're having meetings now because the convention is so close, like uh, once a week, which is important. We need to do that because there are a lot of things that need to get done. You know, it's a month away, and a month feels like a lot of time, but once you factor in holidays and remember that you're planning for like 20,000 people, it's actually a very small amount of time that will move very quickly. The other thing is that I'm helping out our one of our departments. They have Nintendo Switches, and one of the things that we have to do is prep those for every con. And for certain games, we need to play them. I know it's the hard life, right? But we have to play them, and not like actually in the fun way, but in the efficient way to unlock everything, so that when we're at convention and we have events with these, they're good to go, so our players can have the most pleasurable of experiences. Um, so, in between everything else, I'm madly playing, and what I'm doing now is I started, and first of all, I'm not very good with the Nintendo Switch. I'm just not. I'm a PlayStation kind of geek, and so that's what I'm familiar with. I have a Nintendo Switch. I played Animal Crossing on it, and I felt like, but I don't have the good Nintendo Switch, and I want one. And of course, other people are going to help with the switches. And I'm pretty sure, well, my oldest kid has one. Attila does not have a Switch, and there's half a chance that we'll just wind up buying them for us because we'll find it pleasurable and it'll be good for exercise and all kinds of stuff. I don't know. Maybe not because it's money. And we also are working on some other house projects and flooring, and we're building furnitures, all of that kind of stuff. It was freezing in my office, and now I've had my little space heater on for like 20 minutes, and it's like an oven. I cannot be comfortable. What is with that? See, distraction. And here I am recording a YouTube. Am I doing my task while I do my YouTube, which I could easily do? No. But that's okay because I'm just focusing on you, and that's my favorite part, you guys. So, oh, uh, one of the people that I'm working with wasn't not they were not present yesterday. They've been ill, so their timeline slipped a little bit, and that's okay. But it means that I had like a backlog, and it stresses me out. I had to move a meeting with executives, and I hate telling executives like, "Oh, sorry, we're just not ready." Now, could I have taken up the slack and done it? Probably, but it's A, not my role, and B, it would be inappropriate and stepping on toes for reals um, in a not a great way. And also, we paid them to do it. So, you know what? Everybody's getting sick right now. I'm just doing my best to avoid it as much as possible, although I went to that work outing. That was another thing that just like it felt like everything went off the rails because I was gone all day yesterday. I can do most of my work, and actually more than an average workday was in the office, in more efficiently with less time, less interruptions, and also get a bunch of other crap done. But when I was out in the morning, I did work, but I was disrupted so much. And then in the afternoon, we went bowling. And let me tell you, I have always said I was a type A extrovert. I love going out. I love seeing people. I love it. It hypes me up. And I don't know what it was about yesterday, but I was done. I got home and I was like, oh, it was only 5:30 and I was like, I could go to bed. In fact, by the time I just like did like a couple little things, I sat down in my little chair and I pulled open one of these switches and set it up and I played a few games and then I was like, oh no, I actually really am going to bed at like 7 o'clock this evening. I turned on my mattress pad, I slipped in there, I stayed up and I played a little bit, but I joined the Watch Autumn live stream. Don't forget to buy your Keto Palooza tickets. Uh, 300's the goal. 300 people, 300 keto awesome people just like you is what they are looking for. Keto Palooza. And it's an event in Louisville at the beginning of October. It is spectacular. It is one of the better events. I 100% recommend it. I go. I have prioritized it over other things to make sure that I go and I attend. So, yeah, see what I mean? Scatter, scatter, scatter. I'm getting further and further away from my tasks. So, how do I bring this back in, right? Well, first of all, it's going to be a little scattered for a few minutes. I just need to bring it together. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna drink my coffee, and I'm gonna cut part of these feet because the Nintendo Switch is charging. I'm waiting to hear back from the vendor. If I don't hear back in half an hour, I'm going to send another email and copy my boss. Uh, my boss already knows what I'm doing, but you know, it makes them respond faster sometimes. So the other thing I'm going to do is then I am going to make myself a second electrolytes drink, and I'm going to pick one of the tasks, not the cutting, either emails or labels, and I'm going to do them to completion. What I find is that I need to take 5 minutes and prioritize my tasks. Tasks that you can complete easy, do them and get them out of the way. Then spend your time on the more onerous tasks. Know and plan a short period of time with them. We do sometimes in our household Pomodoro, which is you get a timer and you say, okay, I'm going to give this 20 minutes. And you set your timer for 20 minutes and you do that task for 20 minutes and you do not do anything else. You focus on that task at hand. And then when the timer goes off, you'll find that you've actually made more progress than you would have thought. We like that. I like that. I think it works well for me. It helps me keep on track. And the important part is that the next thing is you take 5 minutes to take a quick little break and regroup yourself and plan. And then you reset your timer and you do your next piece. Those are my 2 tips right now. So let's hear what you do to get a grip on yourself. So that's it for today. I know. What is this content, Maitreya? Well, it is what it is. We had too much excitement yesterday. I'm still recovering. Anyways, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go and drink my coffee. Switch is charging, and so I think actually I'm gonna do the labels. The labels are next because I can complete them in an efficient amount of time. I just got to go through the inventory and decide how much of the library is going and make those labels. I already know all the labels to make for our Play to Win raffle. Ooh. If you like board games, you should totally come to OhioCon. If you like anime, you should come to OhioCon. And if you like Japanese culture, you should come to OhioCon. There are 2 conventions right there that I'm telling you. And yes, I nicked my finger. Of course I did. At least it's not the middle finger, right? All right, I'm gone. I'm out of here. I'll be back for meal 2. Chat amongst yourselves. Hey everyone. So here's my meal 2. Check it out. It's enormous, but it's a custard. I made the keto chow custard. It's the new pecan sticky bun with a tablespoon and a half of butter that is melting on top of it. That's it. That's plenty. If you aren't familiar with that, this was a 2 Crazy Ketos recipe. It's 4 eggs, 1 serving of keto chow, and 2 cups of alternative milk, whether that be an almond milk. I used coconut milk. not the kind from the can, the kind from the carton. And that's it. And then they bake theirs in a water bath in the oven. I just put mine in my double boiler so it steams. And that is all you have to do for the meal. So that made it very simple. It's really helped. I did exactly what I said before. I took a few minutes, I organized myself. So I did my labels. I'm not all the way done putting them on the index cards, but that's okay because I didn't plan on completing that today. So then I also took care of all the pipe. Those were two of the big tasks that had been piled up, and it was making mess. So I was able to get that all organized and sorted, and now it's neat and tidy and ready to go. My tapestry is all ready to go as well. I do still need to do Velcro dots on it, but that's an easy thing, and that is not planned until next week. I also took care of the big training session that I have, and now there are the 4 more for next week. I just sat down, and instead of doing little bits here and there of everything, I just took care of it. And then I slated my emails. I said, that's, tomorrow I have a gap of time, and that's what I'm going to do. So this afternoon, I get to finish out my work day. I have a couple more meetings, and then I get to sit down and I'm going to play on the Switch all evening. I did get some walking in, but not that much because I don't know. I didn't do anything strenuous yesterday, but there was kind of a lot of standing around. And I had recently uh, got back into doing the full amount, not a full amount, a normal person amount of steps, about like 10, I was doing like 11,000 steps for my days. And yesterday, I didn't quite get that many. I was like at about like 9,000, but I was standing in place for most of the day. And whatever reason, my ankle decided it was going to hurt again. So, like, perfect then. I can sit and I'm just going to relax. I'll throw a little ice pack on it this evening and play on that Switch and see how far I can get. I know I can't unlock everything in one day. I'm not that great at it, so it will take me a little longer to unlock everything, especially since I'm not going to be playing it for like, 10 hours in a row. I know that there are videos and stuff that say you can do it in 90 minutes. I cannot do it in 90 minutes. It will never happen. So that's everything for today. I really, really am looking forward to what you guys share with me on your tips and tricks for making your day more efficient and working through when you put too much on your plate and you get disorganized. And I don't mean on your food plate, I mean your emotional task list plate. So, and I don't discount that perhaps yesterday impacted how overwhelmed I was today because I'm still tired. That social interaction was rough. Let me just tell you, coworkers should not be hugging you. But for whatever reason, the vendors that we were working with that had flown in, they were very touchy-feely people. They like hugging. I do not. Um, so, and it's still bothering me, obviously. So I don't know what that's all about. I, it's not really bothering me, except for it must be because I'm still talking about it, right? So I gotta get that out of my head. Uh, that's it. Really, I'm gonna go eat my custard. I'm excited. And yes, yes, I'm gonna eat the whole darn thing. That is my meal. It's my whole meal. It's not a side dish. I recognize that other people follow the original recipe where they make it in 6 ramekins so that they can eat it as a side dish or as a snack or as a supplement to the rest of their meal. This is it. This is my entire meal. So yes, I am eating an entire giant bowl of this. So, and it is perfect for me. I will be delighted. I will be very full. It will last me until tomorrow morning. So, pleased. I'm also going to go get a cup of coffee. I'm ready for my coffee. So, you have an awesome and wonderful day. Let me know what you got planned for Friday. Oh, next week, a lot of us will have some extra days off. So, let me know your plans. Let's talk about organization today. We'll talk about holiday plans tomorrow. See ya. Bye bye.